Welcome everyone, and we also have Zamboanga speakers on board, Palawan speakers, we have Brunei speakers, Malaysia speakers.
Hello, sir. I'm Dr. Genius, Mayor of Pariaman, West Sumatra.
Wow.
Wow.
West Sumatra?
Wow, wow.
Yes, I'm invited. Baik, I invite by
Wow.
Pak Edward from Jakarta.
Oh, welcome.
Wow.
I think this
Welcome.
is a good discussion. Ya, terima kasih undangannya. Yes.
Wow.
Pak Edward, terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Ini sedang bersepeda tadi dari Pariaman ke Parangpanjang.
Oh, luar biasa. Tapi Bapak pakai nama Riko Jamal, Bapak?
Ya, nama masih Riko Jamal HP, Riko Jamal.
Oke, baik.
Nanti diganti, Pak.
Yeah, and we also have representative from a country director of BAMP, which is from the Mindanao, Miss Ritsna Laudin here. Welcome.
Yes. Hello, selamat petang semua.
Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Mana Haji Laudin mana?
Sana dia apa nih? Dia kerja di tempat. Iya, dia ada kerja. Dia sibuk sekarang.
Hai Boyd, hai Bill. Apa kabar dari Sarawak?
Baik.
Halo.
Baru pulang dari pasar ini.
Dari pasar.
Ke Panatan. Tahu saya dulu nih.
Pak Edward, apa kabar?
I'm alright. Am I the only one from Sarawak? Tidaklah kan? Ada Osaha kan?
Yes.
Yep.
Ada banyak
Yes, sir. First time meeting you all.
Yeah. Semua first time nih.
First time. Apa kabar Pak Boyd? Edward, Pak Boyd. Pak Edward, apa kabar? Baik. Pak Boyd.
And we also
Saya
have
invite Major
Aligius.
Pariaman.
Aligius,
Oke.
Ngomong Mayor.
Yes.
Aligius, ya.
Halo.
Tapi malu-malu tidak kasih tinggal muka kan, Tuan.
Nanti kasih tinggal muka.
Muka apa?
Okay, shall we start in 1 minute?
Yes, let's start in 1 minute. Okay. Yes, it's exciting. Let me. Okay. Selamat datang semua, selamat datang.
Welcome, Mr. Romeo from the Philippines, Mindanao.
Good afternoon.
Yes, talking to you. Welcome. Wow, people are still coming in. Are we still coming in fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Galiana.
Apa sih Riko tuh? Nama Riko, yes.
Ganti. Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Halo.
Hello.
Hello.
Papa, my phone charging. Can I play your other phone?
I want to use both.
Welcome everyone.
Yeah, welcome Stanley from Singapore.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Somebody from Singapore.
Yes.
We are also expecting from India to come and join us.
May Singapore rin. Oh.
Welcome, boy from Sabah.
Thank you, Eve.
Okay, yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Hey, Boyd.
Welcome.
Show your face,
Welcome.
Boyd.
I've got a few friends that can see here. Thank you. Dr. Zaini, welcome.
Wow,
Dapat sa
wow, wow.
computer makita natin lahat eh.
Don Alijus, welcome.
Kita natin kung sinong nandiyan.
Yes.
Alex, Chairman Alex. Chairman Alex.
Yes,
Are you ready? Chairman.
Oh, this is good.
So, okay, shall we start?
Okay.
Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Go ahead.
ano
Yeah.
natin start.
My background has
Ang mahalaga mag-present tayo mamaya. Rico.
all right. A very good afternoon to all of you, and welcome again to Borneo Forum 7. And for the month of July, we are so pleased to present you the BIMP-EAGA Business Forum, which we are going to talk about the opportunities and also the potentials in East Asian Bloc area. And we are very glad that we managed to group almost all the regions in BIMP-EAGA region, and we have the right spokesperson to talk about their own region respectively, and it's been very blessings to have all of you. And in fact, that for all the audience here, the BIMP-EAGA Business Opportunities and Potential Forum is fully private sector led forum to encourage networking.
Yeah. I'm gonna mute everybody and unmute you. Yeah. So anybody want to speak, just raise your hand, or even physically, and I will then unmute you, or you unmute yourself. Yeah. And then as soon as you've spoken, you just mute yourself. So I'm gonna mute everybody, and then I'm unmuting. Unmute yourself, Eve. Go ahead, Eve. Go ahead.
Okay.
Unmute
Can
yourself.
you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Good. Good.
Okay. Can hear me now. All right. So yeah. So BIMP-EAGA, the first ever BIM Business Opportunities and Potential Forum, is truly a private sector led initiative, because for the years that I've been serving with the Business Council, we never had this chance to really come together and as the region and to discuss, to network between us. And therefore this platform under the Borneo Forum came about, and we are so pleased that for our first forum this time, that everyone from all the places, from all the region, come forward in one, as one spirit to actually to spur the economy in BIMP-EAGA region. And is also to foster, of course, to foster business relationships, as what we really want to have is the as the private sector, we are all as the engine of growth. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good. Go ahead.
And thank you. Yeah, and there are a few house rules that we are going to observe during the entire session. And we hope that every participant here may write down your name down below and your location, so that we may able to know you better, and also to the other participants to get to know you better. And that's the first one. The second one, after my introduction here, I will give this session to the president of Borneo organization, Ken, who is based in London, to give a brief about what is Borneo Forum, and also what is Borneo organization in his PowerPoint presentation. After all the speakers presented their slot presented their content, there will be question and answer session for about 1 hour that the audience may come to raise up their hands and to point your question to any respective speakers. And therefore, we also invite the speakers to have a well response on their questions. And then towards the end of this session, what we're going to do, I will invite once again the president and to have the final remark together with the other 2 VPs of Borneo organization, Alan from New Zealand and also Richard from US. And therefore, that will be our entire session for today. So we all good? Yeah, so let's, I would like to bring everyone here that this is a networking session, and we prepared the slot for the speakers to speak up. And we believe that with the dynamic that we have under Borneo Forum, and we can meet the objectives better after this. So without further ado, may I call up Ken, the CEO of Borneo organization, to perhaps give a brief about what is Borneo Forum and also what is Borneo organization. Please, Ken.
Welcome, welcome. Selamat datang semua. My name is Ken Dunstan Kundaya, originally from Sabah, Borneo. I'm based in London at the moment. I have a legal background, used to be in banking for several years, university lecturer, but we become very active, always been active in Borneo. And because of the pandemic, we start talking about what can we do during this pandemic. And that's how Borneo Forum came about. Borneo Forum is held every last Saturday of the month, and it covers various topics, especially about to do with the economic, business, and social opportunities for us to connect. We are non-political. Borneo Forum is the division of Borneo Organization Limited, a UK registered company. Why the UK? I'm based in London, but of course we have a bigger vision of making Borneo Organization as a force in the Borneo area and also the in the whole Southeast Asia. It is a social enterprise model, but we are also a for-profit organization. So welcome everyone, and we are a bit casual. We're not too serious in this forum. The whole point is for the forum to be a bit more friendly, a bit more jovial, so to speak. The whole point is to connect every single, first and foremost, all the regions, Sarawak, Sabah, Brunei, the countries, and all the 5 regions in Kalimantan, for us to connect, know each other, and also explore all the opportunities in business, economic development, social, and we are non-political. Thank you very much. Welcome, and I'll invite my vice presidents to introduce themselves as well. Thank you, Eve. Look like Eve has to re-enter. Oh, no problem. Okay, may I call upon Alan, who is the vice president of Borneo Organization as well. Unmute yourself, Alan. Unmute yourself.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken. Good to see everyone. Kia ora. I'm now based in New Zealand, but otherwise I come from Keningau, Sabah. I worked there for the entire of my life, but I've been in New Zealand for the past 6 years. So my background is I used to be with POIC Lahadatu for 6 years and with Petronas Carigali offshore, and also at SOG Tiki Manis for 3 years. So now I'm in New Zealand. I'm also still in the field of health, safety, environment, and sustainability. I'm now working with this Zespri International Limited, marketeer for the kiwi fruit throughout the world. So yeah, while I was in Sabah, I was involved in number of EIS, environmental management. So in fact, I initiated the setting up of the environment sustainability unit at POIC Lada too, and dealt with foreign investors and advised them on the environmental laws. So yeah, I'm longing to go back, but wait until after COVID. Yeah, thank you, Ken.
Okay. Okay, Richard, a brief introduction. Richard is based in the USA and very much specialized in the food industry.
Hi, everyone, and good morning and good afternoon and good evening to everyone all over the world. My name is Richard Simon Punai from Nampang, based in Indianapolis, USA. I'm in the culinary field, into culinary management, and also a startup in the restaurant business. So basically, I've been a chef and also an owner in the restaurant and hospitality business. I would like to contribute as much as I can to the people of Borneo and the future of Borneo. And basically, I'm here to serve as much as I can. And that's all from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Richard. Eve is back, I think. Eve, are you here? I think she got logged out for a short while. Eve, are you here? Okay, must unmute.
Yes, I'm here now, so we are good now. So let's start the forum, and we have 7 guest speakers today, and came from all over the region, which we would really like to hear the opportunities and the potentials in their region. So let's. I would like to introduce you our first speaker today, which is Datu Haji Roslan Johar, who has been BIMP-EAGA Business Council for more than a decade, about 2 decades, I think, Datu Roslan. And I would like to give you this slot for your presentation as to cover Malaysia scenario business as what you have seen for so long during the term as your title to be ever as the regional chairman of BIMP-EAGA Business Council. Yeah, Dr. Roslan, please.
Thank you, Eve. Thank you very much. And tahniah lah, because we now have got how much? 73 participants. That is beyond my wildest expectation. Can you slot in my presentation there inside? Share the PowerPoint.
Yeah, will do.
Okay. Eve, is this the correct one?
Yes.
The last one, yeah.
This is the correct one?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
Okay, that's the title, Opportunities and Potentials. And for everybody alike, opportunities and potentials are almost synonymous, very much identical, and I will combine them together as one, opportunity and potentials to mean the same. Next, please.
Okay.
Okay, the title here, the export future of Sabah is through the adoption of the green economy. This, I have to stress, the future of Sabah is in the green economy, not the manufacturing, not in the oil and gas. That's why we must put a concerted effort to look into the green economy. This is very important because if you remember, the good old golden days of Sabah is where we have the log exports. Everybody got logs to cut. Everybody got logs to cut, to sawn, and to fabricate for exports. And we make a lot of money those days during the golden age. So when log is not available anymore, and that's where we have got a short depression, and then they invented the kelapa sawit. But under this green economy, there is considerable untapped potential for Sabah green economy. Variable competitive advantage from economic opportunities in the form of new growth sector to sustainability. And any new green business must be bold in leading green transformation and can be very, very capital intensive. I think this capital intensive is the main reason why it slows down investment into the forest industry, the green economy industry, because the gestation period can at least take from 5 to 8 years. Next, please, Ken. There, on the left side, I'm stressing the importance of Paulownia, which is the name of a tree, Kadamba, another name of a tree, Napier is a grass, hybrid rice, and chrysanthemum. I've been talking about this subject for the last 5 years, and there seem to be no takers. Very few people, no, many people understood, but nobody wants to invest in this matter. So, right now, those days of the golden days age are gone, and we intend to bring it back by planting Paulownia and Kadamba. We are not going to sit back and watch the natural growth of the trees. In fact, we want to grow the forest and watch our future grow. On the first part, Sabah is very fortunate to have many biotech R&D, but they are all misguided, and we want to coordinate their efforts so that they can produce more seedlings and with knowledge to grow temperate trees in the tropics. And our government policy must allow the importation of more workers to plant the seedlings, because there has been so much complaint that we have the seedling but nobody to plant. And when we want to import workers from overseas, they say we are not allowed to import. So we must relax this kind of policies. And our forest policy must allow the exportation of our plantation logs, while the remainings are geared for local fabrication. I remember somebody in Tawa wanted to export his teak logs, and the forestry stopped them. But then there was a ruling that if you want to plant teak for exports, you must declare your interest right from the very start. So this particular grower did not register his interest to exports. So he was not allowed to export the teak. But all these kind of rulings are very prohibitive to good exports, because our priority is exports to earn money. Next, Ken.
Hang on.
Okay, this Paulownia and Laran. This is a very long, tall, straight tree, very easy to cut, very easy to grow. This Paulownia will take about 5 years to mature, and Laran will take about 8 years to mature. And for 10,000 hectares, if we plant Paulownia, you can actually export about 250,000 containers per year. And Sabah import and exports, when they are combined, is only about 270. Here with Paulownia, you can export 250,000. And what we need is 10,000 hectares and the approval and the land to plant all this Paulownia and Laran. And right now, there has been some people who are doing the test planting of Paulownia in Sandakan. And his report has not been very good, because he's still in the earlier stage of the development of about 2 years. And probably when he has reached his 5 years and the Paulownia are tested in the local market, then people will realize how good and important Paulownia can be. Next, Ken. Hybrid rice. This is very important because I think Romeo Castaga is there from the Philippines, because hybrid rice comes from the Philippines, and it is set to it was set to grow rice whose production is between 12 tons to 15 tons per hectare. When you compare with our local rice in Kota Belud, we are only getting 4.5, maximum 5 tons per hectare. You see the disparity between 5 and 15 tons per hectare. There's about 10 tons per hectare difference. And don't try this hybrid rice, our rice production will never improvise, will never be as good as the Philippines and the Indonesian, because the Indonesians are also using the hybrid rice from the Philippines. People can read, I think. And when you allow the importation of this hybrid rice, you must be prepared, or our government must be prepared to set aside land for rice cultivation with emphasis on mechanization. And I'm only hoping that the facts, the cost factor are made known to the people so that it can be encouraged to invest on the rice plantation. Right now, they are only interested in palm oil plantation. So when you have this land, you must be prepared also for water retention and irrigation canal, because only with sufficient water, the rice can grow well. And this is a capital investment which cannot be relegated. It has to be done. But so far, there's no takers except under the tenureship of Jun Swong, the last Minister of Agriculture for Sabah. He has done something about rice cultivation in Terusan Laju in Sandakan, and they are producing result. Although it is slow, but suddenly Jun Swong is no longer there, and the progress become much slower. Next, Ken. Napier. You know, the history of Napier starts in Africa, where the grass grown and the real owner doesn't know what is it for. So when he cut the Napier, suddenly he noticed all his goats and cattle starts eating Napier. And that's why we notice cattle likes Napier. So India start importing the Napier from Africa, so is Thailand and even the Taiwanese. The Philippines has quietly exported Napier to Japan and Korea as winter fodder for their cattle industry. Fodder is the animal feed during winter. And in Taiwan, their research center has produced hybrid Napier with 33% protein contents. So what does this tell you? Protein is very important as an animal feed because it fattens the cattle. So that's why Napier is good. But so far in Sabah, nobody is planting yet. Even though if they plant, they are growing wild. So the moral of the story is, he who can think well and think correct and has the money must start to plant Napier. Where you plant the Napier is where you can raise 3 industries. Number 1, the cattle fattening industry. So 20% of your plantation goes towards fattening the cow. The balance, you will use the Napier, you extract the water like sugar cane, no? The grinding, you extract the water from the Napier, and you can extract the protein, which you can use for exports. Protein is in very high demand nowadays, and you can either export liquid protein or dry protein. And whatever the residue that is left over after you extract the water, they are used to manufacture fuel pellets. Fuel pellet is something like charcoal. It is in the brick form where Korea and Japan will buy. They will use these fuel pellets to boil the water. And the water generates steam, and the steam turns the turbine. So in Korea, we have got about 7 steam turbine, and Japan are all turning their nuclear power station into steam turbine. So this is where the fuel pellets are very important, and we can have ready market in Korea and in Japan. But first, we must plant the napier. It is my hope and intention to see that everybody starts looking and researching on this napier, and let's do the investment for this plant. Next, Ken. Okay, chrysanthemum. As you know, that chrysanthemum is the national flower in Japan. Any function, every function, whatever it is, no function, also got function, official function, they must use chrysanthemum. And Japan are not planting enough chrysanthemum because the old planters are aging or may have died. And there are no new young replacement. So Japan is forced to import chrysanthemum from Malaysia and the rest of the world. And surprisingly, which I just found out, that Cameron Highland is controlling the business at 60% of what Japanese require. So if I look at it, I went to Cameron Highland, the weather is just like Kundasang.
Ano may pamati-kaki dato Ruslan?
Yeah, so I am hoping that there be more and more people can plant chrysanthemum, and we can find the market in Japan. And this chrysanthemum will be exported by air. And we have Malaysia Airlines flying to Kobe and Tokyo twice a week. And this is very ideal.
Please mute, Richard, co-host, please mute them, please. Thank you.
The sweet potato, that is the purple color, these are very easily grown in the loamy soil, and Japan will buy them after being processed into a white cake. So we are hoping that sweet potatoes can be encouraged in Sabah, Sarawak, and we must find people who are very keen to process the sweet potato for exports. Right now, nobody is doing it, and this is the potential that we must look into. And then, of course, the Musang King durian, which is so very popular in China and West Malaysia. And I found out in a study that there are 14 processing plants in West Malaysia, but there are none in Sabah. And this will be a good opportunity for people to invest into the processing plant so that we can easily export durian by air to China. You don't export by the whole lot because the outer skin is so heavy than the sweet juice of the real durian. So the processing plant will always process the durian into packages for exports, and you can save a lot of money on the air freight charges. This is also another opportunities for further investment. Next, Ken. Okay, now this one I said Sabah to give priority towards sustainable investments. You see, academic investors are welcome if they offer prioritize innovation and technology in its sustainability initiatives, because this is in demand. Everybody demands this all over the world. And this is the bullet and the very ingredient to ensure future success to stimulate our green industries. When we have these universities training the people with this kind of technology, then talents are readily available and become much easier to adapt and improvise to overcome the future climatic changes. For the moment, we may be slow to act, and political courage is demanded to offer investors an easier passage to initiate significant environmental responsibility. And this is where Dato' Zaini has to promote, because he is currently the environment chairman, cluster champion for BEBC Sabah. Next, Ken.
Will do, Dato'. Will do.
So why green sustainable economy? Any inaction present a real threat to Sabah's competitiveness indicates that follow. If you don't go towards green and sustainable economy, Sabah exports will be a threat. It will be reduced. Investor favors company with better sustainability efforts. And governments are considering taxes on imports from countries with high carbon footprints. And nowadays, customers are very demanding on sustainable products from the brand they support. So we must not forget about this sustainable, green sustainable economy. Next, Ken. Okay, this power sector is the latest investment, and we are very, very hoping so much if the sale of power from Sabah to Palawan 100 megawatt can be successful, because it will give rise to the private sector to initiate the delivery of power from Sabah to Palawan used by submarine cable, and which involve a distance of 170 kilometers. And the people who want to invest into the submarine cable will have a lease tenure of 22 years. Maybe they can ask for 25 years. This cable will also incorporate a small channel for fiber optics. And this fiber optics can be linked from Kota Kinabalu to Palawan. And right now, Mr. Baroma can confirm that Palawan only have 3G production, which is almost about 1.5 G. And if you send pictures at night, only tomorrow morning you will arrive. So these are the opportunities we can offer. And the next one is opportunity to companies who are specialized in identifying the perfect location for hydro power station. Because I think our power company are moving towards turning SCSB into the future power exporter. And if the timing is right, Sabah can export power to Basulta, which is Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi, and also the border areas from Tarakan up to Pontianak. You know, we got a lot, about more than 2,000 kilometers of border there, I think, without any power. And with more power station, we can light up the interior, because when the interiors are lighted up, a lot of economic activities can happen. Next, Ken. Finally, here there is a saying that your house must be in order before your business can prosper. This is very important, because if you want to invite direct investment, foreign investment, you must make your house in order. So it is very sad to say that our house is lacking in many controversies. We have got political instability, educational abnormalities, and then racial fusion and harmony, fiduciary control and management, as well as religious integrity and morality. So if all these are synchronized and can make a better situation, definitely foreign investors will come, and definitely local investors also will invest. So right now, we cannot simply ask for more potentials and opportunities to invest. when our house is not in order, and we are making it more difficult for investors to start their business. Thanks, Ken. And the last one, I think, yes, this I got from Mr. Baruma from Palawan, because today he sent me a news cutting. He says, Korean firm recognizes POIC logistic potential. So there is a collaboration agreement between state-owned POIC and the South Korean company. So here they intend to turn Lahadatu into a hub where they can import and export all kinds of commodities that are found within the BIM area. And Lahadatu can also be used to become a redistribution center for Korean products. And this is a very good move. And I'm very happy that it is happening in Lahadatu. So I hope when it happens, Palawan and Mindanao, Kalimantan and Sulawesi will be much closer to Sabah. Okay, next, Ken. No, I already said that. Next one. And this is the final one before I say goodbye, because Eve said I only got 10 minutes. So before we say goodbye, we must always be concerned with our surroundings and investment. For ages, we have protected our foreshore investments and livelihood, and we cannot allow silly mistakes by foreign government destroying our fish and other agro cages. I'm talking about nuclear wastewater. And what worries me is, if Fukushima nuclear power plant is allowed to release their wastewater into the ocean, only God will know what extent it will destroy our fish and prawn farms and the like. So may we take this opportunity to request our government to start holding talks with Japan and find out the truth about this nuclear wastewater before they themselves destroy our fishing industry, our prawn industry, and our whatever foreshore industry, seawater industry. So thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much, and wassalam.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Roslan. And if you don't mind, I would like to mention something in one of my research that from the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development said the foreign direct investment into Malaysia plunked by more than 2/3 to just US 2.5 billion last year. So of course, it was dropped in the region amid the COVID-19. So what do you take on this statement?
Many people blame COVID, but they never ask themselves, they never blame themselves. If I'm a foreigner, I wouldn't invest in Malaysia because, number one, I'm not very keen about the political stability, about the racial tension, about the religious fanatics that's been going on. And if I'm hoping that all these three factors, main factor, can be solved to smoothen out so that our country become a better place to invest, just like the before. So I'm hoping that whatever has happened, let it be a lesson for our future leaders. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Dr. Ruslan. And let's just, from Malaysia, we go to Brunei. And Brunei, we have here the regional chairman of BIMP-EAGA Business Council, Pangeran Haris. And Pangeran Haris, we met yesterday during our pre-discussion meeting. And we would like to give this floor to Brunei and to present something from your side.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome, Brunei.
Yes, okay, sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. First, I'm sorry. My name is Pengiran Norolik. I'm not PNRS. So first and most, on behalf of the chairman of the BDBC, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizer of BIMP-EAGA Business Forum for their gracious invitation to our chairman, Ian Harris, who is unable to join us today due to his involvement in His Majesty the Sultan's birthday celebration, which are currently underway. So I'll just briefly I will read through his message to you all, which is this PDBC is a newly formed and officially constituted on February this year, 2021. And for your information, the majority of the members are new to this BIMP-EAGA, and we are all on a steep learning curve, moving forward towards we have the full support of the Ministry of Finance and Economy, which serve as the facilitating agency for ASEAN and BIMP-EAGA. Our activities over the last 6 months have been largely consisted of taking stock of what has been accomplished and determining what feasible projects we can pursue. We acknowledge that while there have been opportunities in Brunei, for Brunei to take the lead, as the story have yet to emerge. Our engagements sessions with key ministries, ambassadors from Indonesia, the Philippines, China, and Korea, as well previous council members, have provided us with some encouraging notes on how to proceed. In this first stage, we would like to discuss this activity, which not only align with the strategic thrust and objectives of the Brunei Economic Blueprint and Brunei Vision 2035, but also with the BEAGA 2025. Firstly, BDBC would like to kickstart our activities with relatively small but sustainable projects, especially in the food basket cluster. These are numerous prospects to expand commerce between Brunei Darussalam and the resource-rich Indonesia and the Philippines, particularly in agriculture and fishery products. We can either transport these raw resources to Brunei Darussalam for additional processing and re-exporting, or we can invest in agricultural lands in these locations. Second, we are also in discussion with the halal-related stakeholders, including the government, about how we may utilize our Brunei Halal Hub for exporting services, which can help to expand intra and extra BIMP-EAGA trade as a spin-off of the first option above. And then thirdly, the connectivity pillar, which focus on ICT, both hard infrastructure and soft application, is another topic of importance to us. The halal blockchain, for example, is a high potential convergence initiative that is tied to both the food basket and the ICT strategic pillars. And lastly, we are not neglecting the other pillars, namely tourism, environment, social culture, and education, since we are receiving projects, ideas, and proposals that are currently being used. Just a few slides that I would like to show you all on the BIMP-EAGA Vision 2025.
If I may interject, Brunei, are you sharing your slides?
Yes.
Okay, we're not seeing it at the moment. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Are the rest seeing? Thumbs up, everybody. If you're seeing the slide, good, good.
Now we can see. Just now we can't see.
Yeah, it's good now. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay, this is what slide about. That is BIMP-EAGA Vision 2025. Excellence, inclusive. Correct. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
You're good, Brunei. Yes.
BIMP-EAGA Vision 2025, which is, resilience, inclusive, sustainability, and RISE. BIMP-EAGA narrow development gap. So you can see the competitive and green manufacturing, sustainable, competitive and climate realized agro industry, fisheries, and sustainable tourism destination. So we go to second slide, which is, you see there. First one is connectivity, which means that talking about transport, there is increased movement of goods and people, the routes, airport facilities, ferry services, food facilities, and road and other infrastructure. Then we're looking into this power and energy infrastructure, interconnection projects, renewable energy projects, rural electricians and energy efficiency and flexibility. We also on the trade and investment facilitations, Greenland RRPS to facilitate cross-border trading, as well as integrated in supply, value chain, and joint trade and promotion initiative. And on the ICT information and to improve and update ICT connectivity infrastructure, efficient ICT, human resources, and technological innovation. On the basket, yes, sorry.
Brunei, you're still on your first page of your slide. Which page are you in now?
Second page.
Okay, click the second page and cross out the enable editing, cross it out, and then click to page 2. First, you have the enable editing, just cross it out, close that, and then you click page 2 to move to page 2. Unless, of course, you have the clicker or something, but otherwise, you can manually click on page 2, number 2. At the moment, it's showing number 1 now.
We're on number 2.
No worries, this happens. Don't worry. Everyone just is one of the things, the new normal that we now Zoom, there'll be hiccups like this happen to me. Yeah. I once spoke to 600 people on Zoom with salad on my teeth. Imagine that. So no worry, Brunei. Brunei, what you do, 2 things. 1, cross out the enable editing there, and then click number 2.
Yeah, we're trying it now.
So far, been very, very good and informative, especially our first speaker. We have so much knowledge there, so much information. All these are going to be available to us to further look into. In the meantime, Brunei, we'll hang on for you.
Sorry about.
No worries, no worries. This thing happens. Okay, while we wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're good.
Okay, we're good now.
We're in page 3 now. Well done.
Yes. Can you see the page 2?
Oh, you're in page 3. You just click the one on top. Otherwise, you're good to go. You're good to proceed, Brunei.
Page 2, is it?
You are in page 3 at the moment, but if you just click the top, the one on top of it, number 2.
No, it's number 2.
Or click your arrow upward on your laptop and move to number 2.
Can you see the number 2 now?
You're on number 3. We're good. We're good. Hang on, everyone. We have experienced this before. That's why as well we usually ask for the slides in advance. But you're good. If you are willing to proceed with page 3, that's okay as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go to page 7. Just take your time. So the number 3 is Brunei.
If you Brunei, if you could bring your microphone nearer to you, that would be really helpful. It's a bit soft at the moment. It's so exciting that we really need to hear this.
Hello, you hear me now?
Yes. Oh, that's brilliant. That's much better. That's fantastic. That's much better. Keep it near.
Now we're on the 3rd page.
Yeah, it's better.
Oh wow, that's much clearer. Well done, well done, well done. That's really that's really good. We are on page. You're on page 3 in a moment, Brunei.
Page 3, yeah. Page 3. So you can see that this is what BBC Smart Brunei is looking to. We are looking to the smart governance, smart energy, smart water management, smart waste management, smart development infrastructure, smart digital infrastructure ICT, smart transport and mobility, smart safety and security, smart disaster management, smart agro, smart healthcare, and smart education. This is what the Brunei DST Smart Brunei is looking to. So we are looking into tapping the economic on the BIMP-EAGA area, which we can see that it's a big population where we see that if we can go into tap the economic area on here, then there's a big potential business threat we can see here. And then lastly, we are also looking into the ICT mobility. This is on ICT we are looking into, where we can, on the ICT we are talking about that to improve and update the ICT connectivity. And we look into this area, the possible of doing something with the to increase the connectivity on ICT and also on the blockchain. Especially on the halal blockchains we are looking into. So this is more or less what we can present to you this afternoon. So finally, let me once again thank you for your kindness, and we look forward to continue cordial working relationship with esteemed members in this forum to seek opportunities and realize the potentials in the BIMP-EAGA. Once again, that we are sorry that the chairman couldn't attend this afternoon, and I'm sure that in the future he will be around. And with that, I conclude the Brunei's presentation. Thank you very much, and sorry for some technical.
Yeah. Thank you, Brunei. It's such a pleasure to hear from Brunei itself. And it's very insightful presentations and a lot of projects that has been ongoing towards the achievements of Vision 2025, BIMP-EAGA Vision 2025. And may I also invite Brunei to, before you leave, to say perhaps kind of motivational mention to all of the members of the region on how are we going forward for this another 4 years of achieving BEV 2025? Yeah, Brunei, being the regional chair for the Business Council this term.
There's much I can say since the chairman is not around there, but I'm not sure. I can say that he's looking forward to develop and work together with all the rest of you and make sure that we will achieve the expression to go forward especially in Brunei. We are looking into to have sustainable agro-industry industries, and we hope that we can have your support and to be work together to achieve the goal of this BIMP-EAGA 2025. But I'm sure the chairman has his view on this, but hopefully that maybe he can deliver it in the next forum or whatever it is. That's what more.
Thank you so much again, Brunei. Such wonderful to have all of you on board today. And now let's move on to the next speaker. The next slot is actually dedicated to Sabah BEBC, BIMP-EAGA Business Council Chair, which is Mr. Carl. Unfortunately, that Mr. Carl has something urgent matter that unforeseen circumstances to attend the Zoom online today. However, it's good that he has his presentation with us, and may I invite Ken to open up the presentation so that all the audience here may know what is Sabah Insiders, Business Insiders in with regard of opportunities and potentials. Ken? Yeah, so Ken will read out the presentation that made by Mr. Carl.
Okay, Eve, can you see
Unmute,
this?
Ken.
Can you see this? Sabah? Everybody can see? Just thumbs up, everyone, if you can see Sabah. Thumbs up, everyone. Okay.
Yes, Ken.
Good.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah. I'm going to try and put on an acting voice and pretend to be Mr. Carl. Yes. Okay, I've been asked to read this at last minute. So Sabah, BEBC Sabah contribution. Okay. Hang on. Okay. The call for the Sabah promotion of Sabah ports as the key transshipment point of sub-region. So it's Spanggar Port, Sandakan Port, Lahadatu Port, Tawau Port, and Kudat Port. So Spanggar Container Port, Sdn Bhd, is the one that I assume in charge of the point A, and the infrastructure is ready, but not the local market. And promotion of maritime network is still at an infancy stage, especially in the ASEAN context. So Spanggar Container Port is embarking on upgrading works, expanding its facilities. BEBC Sabah opines that this moves are strategic. However, the federal government should also allocate a specific policy for it to become the load center of East Malaysia, i.e. all eastern bound cargoes and vice versa, port of call in Sepangga. The creation of such policies will spur growth in shipping, to shipping and logistics industries in general. Today, cost of TEUs are by far the highest in Sabah, whence it is this byproduct that creates our position in the BIMP region less competitive. So Sepangga Port, to re-establish the brand name Sabah BIMP-EAGA Transshipment Hub, main business will be remodeled the transshipment. Both Darwin and Muara Port is operated by China. Sepangga will need to work harder to get a market share through the direct collaboration with established port operators, ship owner, to attract ships, call, and make Sepangga Port as a hub for the far eastern southern continent markets. These collaborative approaches are for all ports in EAGA regions, smaller ports but big in TEU numbers, PHP, Davao, Puerto Princesa, or Indo with Bitung, Makassar, Samarinda, etc. So federal government intervention is necessary, both in terms of funding for the greatly needed hub to take shape and declare Sepangga as a load center for the Far East market. Alternative with China will be the China plus BEBC special USD 5B intra fund. Yeah. And then we comes to the Sabah Industrial Park, call for the promotion of Sabah Industrial Parks as the key enabler to the market growth in sub-region, i.e. Kota Kinabalu Industrial Park, KKIP, Palm Oil Industrial in Cluster Lahadatu, POIC, and Sepitang Oil and Gas Industry Industrial Park, SOGIP. The infrastructure is ready for investors and ready commercialization plan for the state and federal government to world market. Advantages are common to all industrial parks in the international world. The international world class port readily available within the park itself, literally, BEBC Sabah is ready to facilitate. As with BIMP countries, Sabah too is rich in raw materials. KKIP, the Kota Kinabalu Industrial Park, here is how it looks. I need not to read all of them. Have a quick look at it. That's the area in colors. A quick glance, I need not read, and it also indicates the various statistics, the number of population, of course. ASEAN, Australia, 300 million. Borneo is 20 million. BIMP-EAGA is 60 million. So this is the other image that he provided. The new initiatives, it shows you how vibrant it looks with all the sub areas and sections in the park. This is the POIC Lahadatu Sabah, wholly owned entity by Sabah state government, was set up in 2005 January to develop POIC Lahadatu to spearhead the state industrial efforts, starting with PO industry, to create jobs and investment opportunities. There's 4,252 acres of integrated industrial complex designed to cater to light, medium, and heavy industries beyond oil, palm industry, such as oil and gas, port, logistics, biorefinery, halal cluster, aquaculture, agriculture sector. So POIC Lahadatu is the first comprehensive industrial cluster in the region of port in development plus industrial land. Total 1,700 acres are fully developed to date, and POIC Lahadatu has created 2,386 employment with investment value of about 3,448.6 billion thus far. Wow, big numbers. The POIC, again, the pictures numbers, there. Yeah. You can have a look. Strategic shipping route, location, market access, and the deep natural water seaport surrounded by existing cluster, and of course, home to the largest fertilizer cluster within 1.3 million MT combined capacity at Point Lhadatu. So a lot of things happening in Lhadatu. This is a Sipitang Oil Gas Industrial Park, SOGIP, owned and managed by Sabah Oil and Gas Development Corporation in Berhad, SOGDC, with an area of about 4,065 acres. SOGIP is the first of its kind and marks a new venture for Sabah in the oil and gas related activities and heavy industry. It's located approximately 144 kilometers from Kota Kinabalu city. The RM 4.5 billion Sabah Ammonia Urea project by Petronas Chemical Fertilizers in Berhad has started operation in May 2017, and this project will jumpstart the petrochemical industry in SOGIP. Connectivity here, and a call for the total improvement of connectivity in Sabah State, sea link, air link, land transport, trade and infrastructure, ICT. And the post-pandemic remains uncertain. However, tourism and trade will mean better people flow to see a healthy recovery. Our geography is disadvantaged with Sulu and Celebes Sea separates many of the trading ports. Our internet by satellite must be the short-term and long-term planning, whilst encouraging national grid to continue improve its service for better connectivity. Okay, in summary here, I believe this is the last page. This is the picture showing BEBC Sabah extending a copy of the BEV 2025 book to Honorable Tan Sri Pendikar Amin Haji Mulia, the Special Envoy and Advisor to the YAB, Yang Amat Berhormat Chief Minister of Sabah on BIMP-EAGA. So in conclusion, BEBC Sabah is promoting to enhance the connectivity of the sub-region as the sole enabler and means to accelerate the economic recovery post-pandemic. The 5 pillars of BEV 2025 is highly relevant to the BIMP-EAGA programs and be more relevant in relating to bilateral trade agreements among traders as the ASEAN and its partners are continuing to enhance the trade in goods and tariff to simplify and make goods to move seamless and reduce cost of doing business. However, the disruption of connectivity that has impacted a great deal of the less developed area in the case of East ASEAN, and the effort to promote the EAGA maritime network, the BEBC Sabah is in the midst of undergoing extensive studies assisted by local international consultants to establish a maritime academy of industry in Sabah with the bearing of attracting more investors, specifically targeting the BIMP-EAGA community. The new capital of Indonesia to be relocated, and it sits along the Trans-Borneo Highway and is a few hours away to the south border of Sabah. BEBC Sabah opines that the ongoing infrastructure development within the Sabah state will undoubtedly will complement this grand initiative of the Indonesian government. The Sabah state government has established the special advisory BIMP-EAGA to offices of the YAB Chief Minister of Sabah. The move is timely and we hope will boost confidence to investors, traders, industry players in general to bring about positive growth to Sabah and neighboring state. Thank you and mamaring salamat, terima kasih. So I hope I've done a justice to that. I've kind of speeded up a bit, and I hope that was okay. I hope I was intelligible for you all with my faster reading. Thank you very much, Eve.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you again, Ken. The presentation was well prepared by Carl, the Sabah BEBC. Well done, Carl. That is the update, what we received from Sabah. And unfortunately, like if there is any question from the audience, we hope that you will come back to reply to those business questions, because what we can see here, the Sabah is progressing, and we are very happy for being Sabahan myself. This sounds very positive progress. Now, without further ado, let's us move to one island which is very special to I believe to all of us, which is Labuan, because even though it's a very small island, but it has a lot of potentials. And today we are so pleased to have the BEBC Labuan Chair, Mr. Azahar, with us this afternoon. So may I invite Mr. Azahar for this slot?
Thank you very much, Eve, for the opportunity.
Yes.
Yes, I will try to present it within the time limit of 10 minutes. Let me just share. Everyone can see my slide? Can you say yes, anyone?
Yes, I can see.
Yes.
Okay.
For the rest, just put a thumbs up. The rest, if you can see.
Yes. Okay. Because I'm having the whole laptop, the whole screen with my presentation, I cannot see anyone.
Oh, okay.
You're good. You're good. I can see. The rest, just put a thumbs up physically, and I'm looking at you in a gallery mode.
Thank you very much. The organizer of this event, this forum, and it is my pleasure to present to you my presentation on Labuan, as we call it, the Pearl of Borneo, challenges and opportunities. Just a little bit of introduction for those who don't know about Labuan. We are at the southwestern coast of Sabah, a very small island, as Eve said. Total area is about 400 square kilometer. Land area is less than 100 square kilometer. Population about 100,000 this year. That is the picture of the island. Main economic activities: oil and gas, trading, financial services, and shipping. We are basically an export-based economy. We export most of our products, especially oil and gas related, but we import 80 to 90% of all goods needed by the public. In 2019, our GDP is about $1.8 billion, which is small, but on per capita basis, we are second in the whole country after Kuala Lumpur. So that's how much we are contributing to the national economy. The last 2 years, as just like everyone else, have been very challenging. Before that, 5 years ago, the low oil prices are affecting not just the industry, but also the economy, because we are dependent on oil and gas. And it has affected the whole economy of Labuan. Then came COVID, lockdowns, movement restrictions. It has resulted in better local economy. It has resulted in a lot of projects stalled or delayed. I'm just going to highlight three industries or sectors that have potential to be developed or potential for investors to come in for the next, at least for the next few years. Number one is financial services. As you know, Labuan is a financial, or rather it's an international business and financial center, or in the layman's term, an offshore center. It has been challenging for the past few years. A lot of companies have deregistered themselves. The number of new companies registering also slowed down, but it's not, everything is not lost. We have a few areas where we can actually look into as opportunities for Labuan. And they are the result of digitalization. There are now 2 digital exchanges offering blockchain-based solutions for the issuance and trading of financial instruments. I'm aware Ken is interested in this. Probably after the event, we can talk about this. Investments and fundraising activities across Asia and beyond, especially towards the intermediation of digital securities. And third, the increase in digital banking. I believe there are four banks now that have been given license to do digital banking, as well as digital currency trading and other digital-based intermediation. So this is the in thing for Labuan at the moment. Maritime and oil gas, this is the crux, or rather the main economic activity in Labuan for ages. For the past 2 years, the industry has done quite well. Oil prices have steadily increased, and it is set to hit $80 per barrel within the next few months. There are many things, many opportunities in oil and gas and shipping for Labuan, but I just want to highlight one area, or new area, which has not been developed in Labuan. And that area is energy transshipment. Ship-to-ship operations for LNG and LPG instead of just solid goods, as has been implemented right now. It will involve the use of very large vessels and ultra large vessels. LNG and LPG transshipment will be done at sea instead of on land like Bintulu. It will require safe waters of about 30 meters in depth and above, which Labuan is blessed to have within the Brunei Bay. We can also do transshipment of LEG, which is liquefied ethylene gas, bulk, petroleum, and oil cargoes. Using the sea for transshipment is much cheaper and quicker to set up than a land-based facility. This is one of the advantages. And last but certainly not least is the project that, at least in Labuan, people are waiting for ages. The Labuan Bridge. We believe it is a game changer. We believe that it will lead to greater development, prosperity, and progress for Labuan. And not only Labuan, also in the surrounding districts within the Brunei Bay. It will connect Labuan to mainland Sabah and the rest of Borneo via Pan-Borneo Highway that essentially will connect Labuan to the rest of Borneo. The length of the bridge is between 8 to 13 kilometers, as you can see from the map. Depends on the choice that the developer, the contractor will choose. So there are 3 alternatives that will be given for the building of the bridge. And it will be financed via private financing initiative. At the current moment, RFP, or request for proposal, is undergoing. Companies have, I believe about 10 companies also are interested to go for RFP. And this RFP will end at the end of next month, another month ago, after which the government, through the JKR, will evaluate the submission, and hopefully by the end of the year, we will know who will be awarded with the project, and hopefully construction will commence sometime next year. As far as I know, the estimated project cost is about 4 billion ringgit or USD 1 billion. Having said all this, I must say the development in BIMP-EAGA also will affect the progress of Labuan, the prosperity of Labuan. At the moment, there is a plan to have an economic corridor within Palawan, Sabah, Labuan, and Brunei, which will develop specifically this region to have connection, to have trade, investment, and tourism, at least among them. And I believe if Labuan can develop these projects, the whole corridor will also prosper. Labuan is an import-oriented economy in the way that almost all of our materials are imported, and Palawan can serve as our source of raw materials, just as Sabah is our source right now. So with that, I thank you. Terima kasih. Maraming salamat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Labuan. Wow, look at that. All the new development from Labuan for business opportunities to all the investors to come in, and the new one, which is the energy transshipment, which I read in the newspaper recently on July 16 regarding this. This is a new and progressive for Labuan, and also for the Labuan Bridge. And I believe that Labuan Bridge has been so long. It's been like more than a decade topics that we hope to see a new changes, a new landscape for Labuan, and also for Malaysia as a whole. Now, after we have Labuan, let's move on to this side of Borneo, which is Malaysia Sarawak. And we have the BEBC chair for Sarawak, which is Haji Osaha in the house. May I call upon Haji Osaha for your presentation, please, sir.
Yes, thank you, Eve, and selamat sejahtera to all the followers of our BIMP dialogue today. My name is Haji Osaha. Not much I can say today because all has been spelled out by our partners, Sabah, Labuan, and we are part of it. Because of today is just an open forum, so no specific agenda from Sarawak, but just to get things going, especially after our MCO, knowing that we still under MCO now. And just to tap opportunities between our four countries as business council on the business that we can work together. Today we just get the input of what we can, just like our matchmaking, this and that. And we because our area now, our Sarawak now, is just close to our Kalimantan and Brunei. Opportunities between Sarawak and Kalimantan is there, especially later on when there's Samarinda to be developed for our new capital in Malaysia. So potential business, food processing and manufacturing, plan to cater for agriculture products in the border region. Now we are trying to get a border region. So we can do some JV with our partner from Balikpapan or Pontianak for health tourism, eco-tourism, adventure tourism. At the same time, under education, we can work together with our Universitas Tanjung Pura. How these two can have twin education between Sarawak and Kalimantan. And for our Brunei, we are very much indeed interested in the halal hub. So Sarawak just open potential that we can do business and do matchmaking after this pandemic. Our main task now is to get our foreign workers from Indonesia to come into Sarawak, which we are now doing our SOP on that. Will be announced as soon as. Thank you. If you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can do it. So thank you, Haji Osaha. A brief as an introduction for Sarawak potential, and I believe that after this there will be more more networking, because Sarawak is because Sarawak is the nearest to
Brunei and our
Kalimantan.
Yeah. And today because it's a forum, it's open forum, so there's no specific agenda.
Open forum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after this, like there is a lot of
opportunities
networking because of the IKN. Yes.
Correct. Yeah, because of the our audience is very much the so-called the people who are not normally exposed to all this. This is a good opportunity for us to be exposed to all this, and from there on, we hope to propagate the interest. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Haji Osaha. And now let's move on to the nearest region to Sarawak, which is the Kalimantan. And in our record here, we have the Ketua Kadin Kalbar, Pak Johnny, to be with us today to present on Kalimantan side. He is from Pontianak. So may I invite Pak Johnny for this slot?
Sorry, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Okay. What is his name, Eve? I want to make him a co-host.
Johnny.
I'm not saying Johnny here.
Yeah.
FGHI. There's a Jerry, Joy, but there's no Johnny.
No, Johnny. No, Johnny. Never mind. Maybe he's still in the process of coming in. Okay. In that case, maybe we can move on.
Yes,
maybe we can move on first to.
Baruma.
Yeah, until he's here. Okay, so we would like to invite Zambonga, and can see that Zambonga country director is here, Miss Danica Tan.
Yes, hi.
So, hello. Hi, Danica.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. Good afternoon, Eve. Good afternoon, Dato Rasalan.
Thank you for coming.
And good afternoon to everyone. So,
thank you for coming, Danica.
Thanks for having
me. So much. Yeah.
Just making a co-host so that you're able to share your slide.
Oh, I think I've provided the video to Eve to be played.
All right. Okay. Are you going to present or?
No, I'll just be playing the. I'll just play the video, have the video played, and then I'll just talk about my points for this.
Okay. The video just then?
Yeah, just the video. Okay, maybe I should do my introduction first.
Yes, please.
Okay, so yeah, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for having me as one of your guest speaker in this forum. I'm delighted to see familiar faces once again, and I hope that everyone's well during this time of pandemic. So I'm Danica Tan, one of the country directors of Philippines BEBC Zamboanga. I have actually only recently been nominated by our chairman, Vic Lau, and BEBC Zamboanga has only been established this year. So I'm definitely looking forward to create opportunities and start projects for the city. On another note, I also work for our family business, Allison Shipping Lines, where we have been part and active in BIMP-EAGA since 1991. So moving on, I will be first showing you a video of Zamboanga for those who are unfamiliar with our city. And this will be a current video that we have, but the city government has been working on a newer one. I hope we're able to play the video.
I tried to access it. It's still not allowing me to access your Google storage. So do you have the video on your laptop? You can just play it and share screen and play it.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, it's just not allowing me to access your Google storage.
Oh, sorry.
You have to give, yeah, we have to give permission to me.
Oh yeah, I gave permission already for it.
Okay, I somehow, I've tried it again. It's not giving me permission. I don't know why. It has not given me permission. So I'm unable to access your video. Request access. Okay, no, it just
Probably
Let me see if I
permission
can.
is to Eve, maybe.
yeah, it keeps saying that it's access denied.
Okay,
What it is normally is you have to send with the permission.
Yeah, I did. It said to share to everyone. Or
Okay,
everyone. That's what I did.
someone Benjamin Gona can play the video. So I'm gonna make him a co-host.
Oh.
Benjamin. Okay.
Oh yeah. Maybe he can play it.
Okay. Hang on. I make him a co-host.
Yes.
Oh, well done, Benjamin. Well done. Go ahead, Benjamin. Please share your screen and play the video. We do apologize because we are not allowed to access Danica's Google storage.
There's no music. There's no sound.
What you need to do, Ben, is go to the more and click share sound. Share sound from your laptop or computer. So on the bottom right, said more, the three dots, you click on the three dots and it says share sound.
Okay, once again, good afternoon. I'll try to help Miss Danica Tan in showing the video. Kindly give me 1 second.
Sure. You just need to share sound on your laptop. It is the function in the Zoom.
Sorry.
No worries. These the new normal.
No worries. Yeah.
It is part of the new normal.
It's actually just a quick video anyway.
Yeah.
Sir, on the bottom right corner, it says more play. What does it say? Play, join, and leave sound.
Leave sound. Okay.
Leave sound. Oh, wait, hold on.
Is that share sound? Is that share sound?
Okay.
Sir.
Maybe we can play it without the video. Without the song. Without the sound.
Let me try it again, sir. Let me try it again.
Otherwise, you can play it without the sound, as Danica said.
Yeah. Sorry. Can we play it without the sound?
Yes.
One more. Let me 1 second. All right. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
So we can see you.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Yeah, I think we can have it We can share screen.
There.
Sorry for the hassle.
No worries.
Highly urbanized with more than
Click
8,000 inhabitants.
Click the share screen first. Click the share screen.
Speakers. Tribes of Tausug, Yakan, Bajau, Sama, and a highly urbanized city with more than 800,000 inhabitants, Zamboanga is home to native Chabacano speakers. Tribes of Tausug, Yakan, Bajau, Sama, and Subanen, as well as migrants from neighboring provinces. Zamboanga City is ethnically diverse but united community. Despite of its ethnic diversity, it is truly blessed and inspired by its cultural harmony. Zamboanga City is the trading hub and gateway to the southern Philippines. It is the third largest city in the Philippines in terms of land area and is the largest city in Region 9. Zamboanga City, the first and only ecozone and free port in Visayas and Mindanao. It is the industrial and commercial center of Zamboanga Peninsula. It is the sardines capital of the Philippines, as it is the cradle of 11 sardine factories situated in its industrial area that caters to its consumers not only in the entire Philippines, but are also exported to nearby countries. Zamboanga City, empowered community, balanced ecology, diverse people, and culture. The primordial goal of Zamboanga City, along with her constituents, it is to see a fully industrialized and developed city that is economically flourished with the entry of foreign and domestic capital that will create profitable industries thereby, providing employment and livelihood opportunities to its people, harnessing economic competitiveness in various economic business centers, and diversifying products and services which are sold to internal and external markets. With its financial and economic capital as engines of socio-economic growth, Zamboanga City's policies of attracting and welcoming local and foreign investors could undeniably result to a more equitable distribution of wealth in a sustainable, moral, just, habitable, and prosperous haven for its constituents. Undoubtedly, Zamboanga's strategic location and economic importance in the Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East Asia Growth Area or BIMP-EAGA polygon makes it today as one of the promising investment destinations of the archipelago. Local and foreign investors will find the city a lucrative investment area. In order to attain all this, the city of Zamboanga is proud to set forth its competitive economic advantages and business agenda over cities in the region. Thus, what makes Zamboanga an investor-friendly business spot? Is Zamboanga worth investing in time, money, and effort? The answer is a big yes. Invest in Zamboanga City now. Okay, so thank you, thank you, BG, for sharing the video. And I hope you all enjoyed and saw the beauty of Zamboanga City. So there are many more developments, but because of the pandemic, it took us aback, and I'm sure we were all very surprised with what happened. But nonetheless, here are the challenges we are experiencing now and also before the pandemic. So present challenges we have been encountering is the weaker consumer buying power because of the strict restrictions due to COVID-19 pandemic, which affected the local economy. There has also been occasional electricity interruptions due to lack of power supply in Mindanao. Actually, before the pandemic, a couple of power generator companies wanted to come in the city, but that's still on pending as today. As for the logistics side, there has been delayed shipment of cargoes due to port congestion. There are a lot of activities happening at our port, but lack of facilities and area makes movement very limited, which is also a dismay to some of the players in the shipping industry. As for the internet connection, there has been unstable internet connection where several satellite companies, such as one in Malaysia, who have proposed their services to the city. This is still an ongoing project, and hopefully the time can let us work with them. Moving on, I will be discussing the city government roadmap and backbone for progress and development of Zamboanga City. The strategy to boost trade in cross-border areas, development opportunities are as follows. Local government unit has implemented a master development plan and comprehensive land use plan to improve infrastructure, public utility services, and social services. Develop higher value-added products and increase in productivity in the agriculture sector, such as mangoes, bananas, coconut, corn, rubber, and seaweeds. As you all know, our champion products in the region are coconut, mango, abaca, coffee, processed fish, such as sardines, and we have at least 11 manufacturers from Zamboanga City. There has been an increase in developed land area for agricultural uses and mixed economic uses. We have also been encouraging discussions for private and public partnership projects. We have been marketing the city government's investment incentive code to attract investors as seen on the slides. Oh, sorry, the slide I wasn't able to get the slide. So yes. So finally, we have been promoting the Zamboanga Economic Zone and Freeport Authority, which is called EcoZone. The Zambo EcoZone is a premier economic hub for trade, manufacturing, ecotourism, agro-industrial sector, and a preferred investment and employment getaway to the Asian region by 2025. We may discuss Zamboanga EcoZone opportunities and more details with the assistance of our field expert group and other government agencies in a different forum, or for those interested, I can put my contact number. So yes, this is the present situation we are in, and hopefully with this forum and our strong network, we can build long-term relationships for the benefit of everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danica. Thank you. Very well done. And when we watch your video, we feel like, oh, such a relief, and we all want to fly now.
Yes, it's beautiful there. It's beautiful there, and you can always go through Sabo Port, Sandakan Sabo Port. So anytime, everyone's welcome to come to Zamboanga.
Yeah.
If there's a request from Ben to add a bit, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon again to everybody. And thank you, Danica, for the wonderful presentation. If I may just add to Danica's presentation, Zamboanga City is one of the fastest growth of the Philippines, especially in the southern areas. And although not just our city, but a global phenomenon, wherein majority of us are really struggling and coping up with the pandemic, because not only is it a health crisis, it is also an economic crisis. So a lot of establishments, a lot of businesses are really affected. And in Zamboanga City, 90% more or less is composed of the micro, small, medium enterprises. So the pandemic really greatly affected them. But moving forward, the city government, we have our preferred areas of investments. In fact, the city government, we have adopted an incentive code wherein if there are foreign investors or local investors, they can avail of these tax holidays. So our preferred areas, if I can again likewise share my screen, if I am allowed to, I'll share my screen again.
Yes,
here.
please.
Okay, there you go. Okay. So as you can see, these are the preferred areas of investment. So we're very glad, we're very grateful that we have this kind of forum wherein we can share our areas of opportunities. But for Zamboanga City, here are the top industries or sectors that we would like to put in investments from our neighboring regions. So first we have the agriculture, as what Danica earlier mentioned, agricultural and agribusiness and fishery. Zamboanga City is 70% agricultural land. And that's what Danica mentioned, that top of the sardines and canning factories of the country are located in Zamboanga City. Second area of investment is infrastructure. So this includes telecommunication infrastructure, road networks, etc. And then the manufactured products. And we are also very open to the business processing outsourcing or the call centers. We have the creative industry, the strategic activities, green projects, as what Danica mentioned earlier. There is a foreign company, I think from Europe, is very much interested in putting up a solar farm, a 300 megawatt solar farm inside our economic zone. The initial discussion was to put up a 30 megawatt. So hopefully that can, after the pandemic, that can be realized. And then we have the disaster prevention, mitigation, recovery projects, the research and development and innovation. We have the engineering industries, the energy-related activities. And you can see here on number 12 is what we are doing this afternoon, the BIMP-EAGA Trade and Investment Enterprise. And of course, in Zamboanga City, we have very beautiful ecotourism destinations, one of which is internationally renowned. I don't know if you heard of it, the Santa Cruz Island, which is very known for its pink sand. So it is white sand mixed with crushed coral, so it gives it a pinkish look. And then we also have the newly opened to the public, the Ponce Islas, or what we call the 11 Islands. So this is a group of islands which has white sand, and not only do we market its ecotourism features, but it's cultural tourism as well. And then, of course, we have the health and education services and facilities. And I think this one is very important for us to market to you guys, is our halal industry. Inside the in Zamboanga City, we also have our economic zone and free port authority. So along its pipeline projects, number one is to construct a new port that could complement our existing port, because as what Danica mentioned earlier, there is congestion. So if we are able to construct this big port inside our economic zone, that would be a big help. And second to that is the halal hub that we are going to, actually we already started it, but because of the pandemic, it came to a halt, but we will start to pick it up again. So I hope that this forum can really open the eyes of our friends from our neighboring regions and get the interest of yours to invest in Zamboanga City. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Danica. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Benjamin.
And yeah, Danica, anything further to say?
I think that's for my presentation.
Right.
But for
thank you again.
Yes, for any questions or queries, you may, I'll just put my email here if anyone needs to contact me.
Yeah, and thank you again for being so long. Like I think most of us, even in Malaysia, even in Sabah, either Brunei or Kalimantan, we can't really hear news from Zamboanga, and it's good that Danica came, and it's a pleasure to listen to your presentation today. And now, last but not the least, let's recall Palawan, also another area to discover on the northern side of Sabah. And we believe that Palawan has so much to offer. So may I invite the chairman of BIMP-EAGA Business Council in Palawan, Mr. Baroma, to present. Yeah.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody, especially to all my colleagues in the BIMP-EAGA Business Council, also to the Borneo Forum for hosting this business event. Without much ado, I would like to brief you about Palawan. Palawan is the biggest archipelagic island province in the Philippines today, the best island in the world, so they say, with an area of 14,649.73 square meters, with a population of about 1 million only. And because of our green mountains and forest, we are called the last frontier in the Philippines, the city within the forest, and the cleanest and greenest city in the province today. Philippines has 7,100 islands, and 1/5 of that is in Palawan. We have 1,700 white sand beaches, island and beaches, very, very nice beaches. Actually, in the Philippines today, we are one of the premier tourist destinations in the Philippines. Because of our white beaches, we have waterfalls, we have hot springs, we have 11 kilometers long of white sand beach in San Vicente. We have the underground river in Puerto Princesa, the 8.2 kilometers underground river. We have also the 22,000 hectares of coral reef, the world-class dive camp in Tubataha. And we have the expensive resort in Palawan, the Amampulo, which cost 8,200 ringgits per night. It's very expensive, but we have lots of resorts here. We have Coron, we have El Nido, we have San Vicente, we have the Balabac in the Batarasa area. We have everything for you. So come and visit Palawan. But let us talk business because we are now in business. Palawan has lots to offer in agriculture, in fishing. We have tuna, bluefin, and yellowfin tuna. We have octopus. We have everything. And we supply 65% of fish consumption of Metro Manila, which is a bigger city of about 12 million people. We supply Metro Manila. So I think we have to present. I would like to request our chairman, Puerto Princesa chapter, Chairman Alex Paglumutan, to please present our video presentation. These video presentations is owned by PIDCO Palawan. We have some business opportunities there for a joint venture with Malaysia and also Brunei for you to see our prepared joint venture projects for us. Chairman Alex Paglumutan, please, you have the floor.
Thank you to our Chairman Emeritus, the founder of PEDCO BABC, as well as our Lifetime Achievement Awardee, to the just recently concluded 15th year founding anniversary of Palawan Economic Development Council. May I inquire if how's our signal from the city of Puerto Princesa to the Borneo Forum right now, so that we can immediately proceed with our presentation?
It's very good. It's very good.
Very clear.
Thank you. Now, without much ado, from the city of Puerto Princesa, world-class island province of Palawan, Philippines, we, the officers of Palawan Economic Development Council, PEDCO BABC, are privileged to present on behalf of our Chairman Emeritus, founding Chairman of PEDCO, and our Lifetime Achievement Awardee, Civil Engineer Cipriano Baroma, before this forum, and to all our country directors of Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, and Malaysia, our counterparts. The comprehensive socio-economic infrastructure and world-class tourism profile for future investment and joint venture opportunities in the region of East Asian growth area. Now, I would like to start with our presentation by telling our regional counterparts that Palawan Economic Development Council, BABC, has just concluded our 15th year founding anniversary with the theme, Standing as One, 15th year onwards for a resilient and collaborative PEDCO BABC amidst global pandemic. Next slide, please. Next slide. What we are about to present is comprehensive details of our project proposals. Palawan Economic Development Council, BIMP-EAGA Business Council, PEDCO for short, is an official private partner of the government chartered by Sangguniang Panlalawigan Resolution. It is an umbrella organization composed of private businesses in Puerto Princesa and in the province of Palawan. Welcome to Palawan. We are highly regarded as the cleanest and the greenest city and the province in the entire Philippines. We have 12 municipalities in the north. We have 11 municipalities in the south, and that is the entire map of Palawan. And we are considered as the largest province in the Philippines. Known as the best island in the world, Palawan is the name of an archipelagic province of the Philippines and is named after its largest island. It is located towards the western edge of the country, with its archipelago lies between the South Sea of China in the northwest, the Sulu Sea in the southeast, Mindanao Island in the northeast, and Borneo to the southeast. Palawan is a pristine area that counts no less than 1,780 islands and islets, still barely developed. And as of this writing, it features shining beaches and lagoons that are just starting to attract tourists from all over and around the world. The capital city of Palawan is Puerto Princesa City, which is acclaimed as the greenest city in the Republic of the Philippines. The city government of Puerto Princesa declared Puerto Princesa declared city as the living God and is the only earthquake-free, typhoon-free, flood-free place in the country. According to PHIVOX, only Palawan is largely safe from tremors. Palawan is the only earthquake-safe area in the Philippines because the island sits on a stable continental shelf and is not bounded by fault lines. Next slide. These are some of our world-class island destinations located in the far north, which is known to be as El Nido. El Nido is known all over the world, and another world-class paradise and tourism destination of Palawan can only be found in Coron. And we have the Tubataha Reef, which features world-class diving destination. And of course, one of the most expensive white sand resort, exclusive in the whole world, is Amanpulo. Amanpulo is an island luxury resort of Pamalican Island in Palawan, Philippines, and it is owned by Seven Seas Resorts and Leisure Incorporated. And Amanpulo is the most beautiful resort in Palawan and the most expensive of them all. This is located in the municipality of Cuyo, an island municipality in the province of Palawan. We have number of suites numbering 16 and private villas. Next slide. The underground river of Puerto Princesa, Palawan, Philippines was voted in 2012 by the global community as one of the new 7 wonders of the world for being the longest subterranean river. And this was awarded on January 25, 2012. And prior to this, it has also been declared as a World Heritage Site by United Nations Education, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO. what we have as an opportunities in Palawan in terms of business. We have tourism, we have agriculture, we have fishing, we have trading, and we have mining, with articulations of all those included among the bracket. Joint venture with Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, and our potential partners coming from the neighboring Asian countries. First, in our project number 1, we have a 1,200 square meter BBC trading center. This is going to be a commercial and residential building, a one-stop shop concept of pump priming the economic climate of Brooks Point in anticipation towards the eventual creation by a congressional or Philippine Congress of the Southern Palawan Economic Zone. A two-story building to be situated in the 1,200 square meters prime location right at the heart of this widely developed municipality, the Brooks Point. And through a joint venture project with foreign investors, area planning, architectural conceptualization, designs, and engineering attuned to the modern times are on its final stages. And these are the designs of our future BBC multi-purpose trade center in Brooks Point, Palawan. Project number 2, Palawan Economic Development Council BMBC Center. This is going to be situated in a 600 square meter lot for 4-story residential commercial building or condotel. The status of this right now is we have an initial site development plan, vicinity map and floor plan study. The location of this project is right in the center of Puerto Princesa City, the capital of Palawan, commercial and residential district, a block away from Puerto Princesa City International Airport, with a traveling time of about 3 minutes leading towards Pedco BMBC Center. And for purposes of joint venture, this is open for 40 to 60 joint venture or partnership with an initial capital of 6 million pesos, or equivalent to 115,000 US dollars, or 462,000 ringgits or Malayan ringgits. Next slide. Our project number 3 is 12.6 hectares Mountain Village Resort with 7 natural waterfalls and several hot springs. Mixed use, ideal for residential, commercial, and leisure area. The project name is Brooks Point 7 Falls Hot Spring and Nature Park Resort Incorporated. The status of this project right now is the project has already started. Construction and development is ongoing. Brooks Point, Palawan is future or before the proposed provincial capital if Palawan del Sur is realized in the near future. Next slide. These are the part and parcel of the 7 falls located in the area of Brooks Point, far south of Palawan. Next slide. Next, project number 4, 6.0 hectares Memorial Garden. Registration name is Royal Memorial Garden Incorporated. Status, operation, construction, and development completed. This is located in Barangay Malinaw along the highway of Nara, south of Palawan, about 3.5 kilometers from the town center. Next project. Project number 5, 18.5 hectares, Brisbane Residences and Beach Resort. This is going to be a mixed use for residential, commercial, and leisure projects. The status of this project right now is that with site development and subdivision plan, titled property, location. This can be found in Pangobilian, Brooks Point, Palawan, about 2.5 kilometers from town center. Next project. Project number 6 is 3.5 hectares, White Sand Beach. This is very interesting because investments is worth an ideal investment. Mixed use ideal for residential, commercial, and leisure projects. This can be used as retirement complex in the near future. Location, Tabon, Quezon, Palawan, where the cradle of civilization can be found, the Tabon Cave. Tabon Cave is known as the cradle of Philippine civilization. the famous Tabon Cave, where the remains of the first Filipino was discovered and carbon dated to be 20 or 22,000 years old. The project is open for exit term or joint venture. Next project. Project number 7, 13.5 hectares agri-tourism project with white sand beach. And this is located in El Nido, Palawan. These are some of the features. Project number 8, 120 hectares mango plantation. Manufacturing of mango puree and dried green mango. And joint venture or outright sale is available. Location is the first town in the south of Palawan, known as Aburlan, Palawan. Next project. Buliluyan area, southern Palawan, White Sand Beach Resort. This is going to be done by a joint venture or outright sale. The property is available. Project number 10. 20 hectares agri-farm tourism projects to be located in El Nido, Palawan. Project number 11. 4 hectares White Sand Beach Resort, and this is for mixed use for commercial, residential, and leisure. The location of the project is Tandol, Nara Municipality in the south of Palawan. Next project. Project number 12, 28.65 hectares agri-farm tourism project with white sand beach area, and this is open for joint venture, and the location is the prime property in the world's renowned El Nido, Palawan. Project number 13, 10 hectares agri-farm tourism project, Brooks Point, Puerto Princesa, and El Nido, a combination of 3 wonderful places in the province of Palawan. Project number 14, PEDCO BIMP-EAGA Agro Trading Center. This was discussed in the project number 1. Project number 15, tourism, travel, and tours that include Sabah, Brunei, Palawan route down to Malaysia and Indonesia. Project number 16, 38 hectares Monte Carlo Village Resort with 600-meter white sand beach frontage. Siningarian outright sale or joint venture as proposed. Location. This is within the adjacent area of the longest white sand beach resort located in San Vicente, north of Palawan. Project number 17, Golf Course and Country Club, Brooks Point, Palawan. Next slide. Project number 18, 300 hectares, Southern Palawan Economic Zone, Brooks Point, Palawan. This is attuned to the eventual creation of Southern Palawan Economic Zone via congressional action. Project number 19, this is now very important, the Tongkat Ali project. And the description of this project can be realized, and all interested parties about this project, Tongkat Ali, project number 19 of PIDCO BABC, can be known by the contact numbers of our Chairman Emeritus, Engineer Cipriano D.C. Baroma, with contact numbers available on screen. Next slide. Palawan KK, a 21-seater plane owned and operated by Captain Art Velasquez, a PEDCO BABC active member. Next slide. So these are all the comprehensive socio-economic and infrastructure and world-class tourism profile just presented by Palawan Economic Development Council, BABC, for your future investments and joint venture opportunities. From the island paradise of Palawan, from the capital city of Puerto Princesa, mabuhay from the Philippines.
Thank you very much, Chairman Alex. So
amazing. I want to fly to Palawan now after hearing that. It's just so beautiful. I didn't even realize how beautiful Palawan. I know it's beautiful, but I didn't realize how beautiful it is. Eve?
So, Mr. Host, I would like to challenge And I would like to invite our friends from Malaysia and also Brunei to please join us. I know you have the market. I know you have the expertise. I know that you have everything. And Palawan has the supply. We have the raw materials. We have everything. And remember, we are just neighbors. From Kubat to Buliluyan, it's almost about 180 kilometers far. From Lahada to Mangsi, during the sunny days in clear weather, we can see the mountain range of Malaysia. So with that, we are so near and yet so far. So I would like to invite you, my chairman, Dr. Ruslan.
Oh, yeah.
This is the appropriate time. And thank you, Borneo Forum, for hosting this. We have been waiting for this chance. We are now prepared.
Yeah.
We have port in Buliluyan. We have now port in Brooks Point, everything. And we have now the air connectivity. So all we need is a partner from Sabah. I know I've sent you the news from Borneo time this morning. And we know that a Korean firm will be putting a logistic hub in Lahadatu. And you know, Dr. Ruslan, Lahadatu is just in front of Mangsi. Stone throw from Mangsi.
Yes.
So, and I know China is also considering to put an economic hub in Sabah. So with that opportunities, please consider Palawan as your partner. We are your neighbors. We are your brothers. Please help Palawan. We have everything here. We have the mines. We have the oil. We have the natural gas. We are the only province with oil and natural gas. See? So please help us.
Yeah.
And I would
Thank
like to
you.
address
Yeah.
our brothers from Kalimantan or from Sarawak. We are very much interested with your bird's nest culture technology. We have lots of birds, balisa sayaw here, but it's all wild. It's all in caves. You know, El Nido is very famous. El Nido soap from El Nido. We have all the birds, but we don't know the technology. Please bring us the technology and we will supply Hong Kong, Taiwan, and China for their bird's nest soap. So brothers and sisters from Sabah, Malaysia, and Brunei, we are waiting for you. The ball now is in your hands. Come and visit Palawan.
Thank
and be
you.
our guest. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Palawan. Thank you, Palawan. Wow. Once again, Palawan presentation has been very interesting since so long, and we're glad that with this platform we are able to show the world about Palawan. That is also the objective that we want, that every region of this BIMP-EAGA we may be able to promote through this platform. And thank you. And
Thank you also.
now, since we have not listened anything from Indonesia, may I invite anyone who's from Indonesia, either you're from Kalimantan, either you're from North Sulawesi, to just talk in this forum regarding your area. Anyone can do from Indonesia before I open up the floor for questions and answer. Yeah. Yeah.
Kalimantan.
Anyone from Kalimantan? Because just now I received a text from Pak Joni. He couldn't make it because he's with the minister. So I would like to open this floor for anyone from Kalimantan to speak, at least to represent Indonesia business community. Anyone from Kalimantan? Yeah.
It's Akid from Kalimantan, North Kalimantan.
Oh, okay.
Kalimantan.
Oh, not from Kaltara.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome. Welcome. Yes, please.
Maybe I'm the only one from Indonesia. So
It's okay. Yes.
okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
My name
afternoon.
is Ubaidillah, Vice Chairman, North Kalimantan Chamber of Commerce. And I would like to inform you about the project, especially in North Kalimantan. First, we developed the largest hydropower, the Kayan River hydropower.
Mr.
We
Akid,
will,
Mr. Akid, could you bring the mic to nearer to your mouth? It's very soft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. We would like to inform you about the biggest, we will develop the biggest hydropower in Indonesia, the Kayan River hydroelectric power plant. We will win an area of 10,000 hectares. Is projected to generate an electricity capacity of 9,000 megawatts from 5 dams. First dam projected to produce 900 megawatts, and the second one will produce 1,200 megawatts. And in October, our president, Mr. Jokowi, will start the project for groundbreaking. I think we need a lot of support from the other training regions, such as Taraba, because this is the biggest project, especially in Kalimantan. And the second one, we also in East Kalimantan, Samarinda, right? Sabah, BBC Sabah, sorry, BBC Sarawak. We will build new capital city, and I think this is a big work, and we have a lot of opportunity. We can do some business cooperation. We believe we can share our vision for that opportunity. I think that's all from North Kalimantan. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kalimantan Utara, about the power. And I saw just now that Kalimantan Barat just entered the room. Are you still here, Kalimantan Barat? The Kadin from Kalimantan Barat just arrived. So where is he? Is he around? Just now I saw him just came in. Pak Johnny, are you here? Okay, never mind. So there you are. We have speakers from all the region in BIMP-EAGA, and we have covered 4 countries. which that is one of our main objectives, to bring people, to bring business community in 4 countries. And therefore now I want to open up the floor to any question from the audience. You can dedicate your question to any of the speakers here, and whatever matters related to that your interest, and yeah, anyone who would like to ask questions here?
Yes. Unmute yourself, Dato.
Okay, I'm directing my question to Pak Akid because I noticed that he is going to make about 900 megawatt of power station or hydropower, and considering that Kaltara is not so heavily populated, he will be having excess power, and it will be expensive to maintain when power are not being consumed. So I want to know how they arrive at 900 megawatt power station. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Pak Akid, jangan.
Okay, the project will be supported by smelter industry in IP Tanah Kuning. The electricity demand the area can only be fulfilled by hydropower plant. So there are a big project in North Kalimantan. First, hydropower to supply the EP. EP in Green Industrial Park in Tanjung Selor. Investor from a Korean, Samsung, many tenants submit in that area. Korean will bring a lot of tenants, such as animal, and we also lot heard from the Freeport. Freeport will the biggest mining, and in North Kalimantan we will build smelter. This smelter needs a lot of energy, so the hydropower consumed by this area, and also we can sell to Malaysia. Thank you.
Okay, Chairman, now I have a second question which I'm directing to. Thank you, Pak Akid. Terima kasih, Pak.
Yeah.
I want to direct this next question to Mr. Baroma. Mr. Baroma is very romantic today. I like the way he tell the story. So, Mr. Baroma, I understood that you have already started your Tungkat Ali planting, and to what extent is this Tungkat Ali been successful, and have you started exporting it? Because I have observed the Tungkat Ali plantation in Palawan, and very impressive, and I'm looking forward to more investor who makes drink to use their Tungkat Ali to make the Tungkat Ali coffee, which means they have to open up their factory in Palawan so that they are in close proximity with the supply. So, Mr. Baroma, how is the Tungkat Ali in the Palawan? Is Baroma there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
Try to unmute. Yeah.
Mute
Okay.
yourself.
We have 1,000 hectares of Tongkat Ali plantation, and they are now ready for harvest. So if you have the market, please, we have to start. Our Tongkat Ali is now ready for harvest. It's up for the buyer to evaluate the quality, the quantity, or the other factors that they want. We can send them the quality, all the informations that they need to know about Tongkat Ali in Palawan.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Baroma. And my last question, I want to direct to Mr. Romeo Castaga. Are you there, Romeo?
Romy Castañaga, yeah.
Yes. I was informed that you already started planting this napier, but I do not know which island is this napier where you plant. I want to know what is the tonnage you have been for the cattle industry. Mr. Romeo?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Actually, I do not have a full information on the napier in particular, especially in Mindanao, but in Luzon area, I think there are producer for also their cattle, especially in Nueva Ecija, that's a province in Luzon. But I'll give you specific details. I'll come back to you. I'll look at the details on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Rami. Okay, Chairman, I finished my question.
Yes, thank you, Datu. And anyone from the floor would like to ask any of the any of the speakers?
Mr. Usman from Sabah, she wants to ask about.
Oh yes.
Go
Mr.
ahead,
Usman.
unmute yourself, Mr. Usman.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I'm Osman from Sabah. Just like to ask our representative from Sarawak, is there any development plan for Lawas area? Because we know this Lawas is actually the border for Sabah and Brunei, and also nearby the Labuan. There will be a potential economic development that can be built there. Okay.
Hello. I think this one is still under EPU. EPU will know about this. Because all the project now is taken over by EPU.
Okay. Can I add?
Okay.
So currently,
Yeah, Azahar.
So
please.
currently,
Yeah.
My friend actually
because
is a
we know
consultant from KL.
Sindumin will be developed, right?
Yeah, a friend of mine is a consultant from KL, and they're working on the master plan for Lawas in Limbang as of now. So there's something going on, and I hope within end of this year they will provide with the master plan to the public. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Usman from Sabah, and Azahar for the answer, and Haji Osaha. And anyone to ask further questions? We still have people to come in. Anyone from
There's
from the
someone
floor
who just came
to
in
ask
with a
any
beautiful
question?
name. If there's someone just joined us with a long, beautiful Indonesian name, Arya Pratama Surya Anggara. That sounds like a very, very Indonesian name. Welcome, Mr. Arya.
Welcome, Mr. Arya. Yeah, while you ada, yeah, Mr. Arya has his picture there. Yeah, while waiting for the question from the floor, here we are, the Borneo Forum, and we remain independent to talk about the interests of Borneo and also the surrounding areas. And we have been doing this for the past 7 months. And our Borneo Forum is held every Saturday, end of the month at 2:30 p.m. with the same link. And we hope that for all of you who are here, keep on following us, because after this, there will be more interesting topic that we are going to discuss together. Yeah, under the Borneo Forum. And for July, we picked on BIMP-EAGA topic to open up this area, especially on the business opportunities and potential, because we believe that due to pandemic, there's a lot of businesses that we need to start progressing, and we need to do more networking. So in view of that needs, therefore we have this virtual connection, we have this virtual forum, so that everyone can link up to each other. And please feel free to drop your email at the chat room, chat box there, so that you will be connected to anyone here. We have 69 now participants. Yeah, so if there is no other questions, I believe that all the presentations are so well presented. Until there's no question. Yeah, who's that? I heard someone.
Oh, that's
Yeah, is that background? Is that background?
Yes.
Okay, so if there's no question from the floor, I would like to invite Ken
Can I
again
just ask a
as
short
the,
question?
Go ahead.
Sure,
go ahead,
please.
Stanley.
Yeah, this is Professor Stanley. Of course, there are a lot of projects being presented in different countries, and Sabah and Sarawak and Kalimantan and Philippines and so on. But just in particular in Sabah and Sarawak, out of the so many projects, for Sabah, which one is the most eminent that you think that you need investment, so as Sarawak? So can someone from Sabah or Sarawak mention out of all this, just one most eminent that need to Sabah and Sarawak, whether it's in KK, whether it's in Kuching or Cebu, whatever, can just you mention one?
Okay. Thank you, Professor. Now I give one each. From Malaysia, Dr. Roslan, one prominent project. Dr. Roslan, yeah.
Yeah, I heard, but most of these projects are all in the discussion stage. And what is the most expensive project is the laying of submarine cables from Kudat to Palawan. This project is open to all bidders, but we cannot open this bid at the moment because the National Power Corporation of the Philippines has not decided to buy the power from Sabah as yet. They are still thinking about it, and we are still planning about it. And this submarine cable project will cost about 1.2 billion ringgit. And probably towards the end of the year, we will know something. But the second project, which I think must be carried out, is to open up land for rice cultivation, because Indonesia is very successful in turning Indonesia as a self-sufficient level for the rice. So now we are thinking about opening up more rice land for investors to come. Used to be the farmers, now we want real investor where they can be offered 1,000, 2,000 acres of land for rice cultivation. And this must be done together with water catchment area and irrigation canal. Because most of our paddy plantation are without irrigation canal and water supply. And Mr. Stanley, as soon as I get further information, I will be in line and contact with you. Thank you, Mr. Stanley.
Thank you, Datu
Hello.
Roslan. How about Labuan? Which one prominent project from Labuan?
Without doubt, the most prominent and the biggest project in Labuan is the Labuan Bridge. It is under RFP stage.
Labuan Bridge.
It will be announced. The winning bid will be announced, I guess, probably within the 3 to 6 months time, and construction will ensue after that. Of course, there are other projects, but these projects are under KIV. That includes a mega tourism project at Koraman, probably more than $1 billion worth, and also the proposed new seaport for Labuan that is also in KIV. So to answer that question, definitely is the Labuan Bridge.
All right. Thank you, Azahar. And may I call upon Haji Osaha Sarawak to answer Professor Stanley?
Yeah, thank you. Now, Sarawak is embarking on all bridges. There will be no more ferry crossing the river. All ferry to be lifted out and replaced by bridges. They are doing it now, all over Sarawak.
All right. Yeah, is that answering your question, Professor Stanley?
Yes, thank you.
All right.
So if
Your
they
turn.
can send me the PPT, I got my email mentioned in the group chat just now. If they can send me the PPT, that'd be good. We can connect.
Thank you. Yeah. All right.
Noted. Will do.
I have sent my presentation in the chat.
If we can
Yes.
if we can get Professor Stanley to tell us a little bit about him. He's from Singapore and
Yeah, I did mention briefly in my group chat just now. I used to be the marketing expert of EU and ASEAN based in Thailand and Indonesia during that period of time. So we got quite a bit of mega project for the sustainable energy of using the sugarcane and palm oil and rice mill and so on. This mega project, of course, is since it's EU, so is partly funded by EU. Have to use the EU equipment, of course. And then later on, I also have been working for the Chevron in the aviation. So I helped the China different group of people in the airport as well as in the aviation developments of different aviation kind of projects. So that one is the overall, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Stanley. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, maybe two last questions from the floor. Anyone that we're going to 5:30 now, 3 hours. So two more last question. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
Luke,
sure.
go ahead.
Yes, please.
Good day, gentlemen. It's an amazing forum. You know, it's an eye opener on East Malaysia and the neighboring countries. I'm surprised that so many things are happening. West Malaysia is totally not aware of it. Great to be here. I mean, my main forte is, of course, empowering.
Excuse me, Luke.
Yep.
Can you please introduce yourself first?
Right.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
My name is Luke. I'm from Malaysia, from Kuala Lumpur. I've been invited by EAF the last 3 years to engage and see what they contribute to empower the organization in moving forward. I'm looking at actually empowering two verticals. One is empowering education back into your part of the economy with the government collaboration, which have done one collaboration with Sarawak government. And we are seriously looking at how we can do that in Sabah and other regions. That is a major thing. I think the most important thing is, one, with all this ecosystem you all are talking about, the most important thing is skill needed in your respective state. The right skills are available, then you can empower the economy and the state to move forward. When I say skill, I'm talking about emerging skill, where the global market need is required, not only the state required skill. When you create a skill of global demand, what happened? The locals can actually go out and create an economy back into your country. That's one would take over. So I'm working with Eve on this area to see how we can work around to empower education, virtual education during the post-pandemic, helping the state and helping the schools to move forward in education. Number two, quickly, it also empowering virtual training to the industry as well as the government, where you cut down the time of the training so that people can be employed quickly back into the industry to move forward. So we provide the platform, we provide whatever needed for the industry to move forward. In Malaysia, we have collaboration with people like Maida, Mari, and now Petronas is talking to us. We'd like to talk to Brunei government to see how we can do that to empower skill on the oil and gas and all that. Now, looking at the whole thing, whatever project has been discussed, one of the things we realize is a long-haul project. It's going to take a long time. But everything I found, one of the most important things is agriculture, which you all have huge land base. Why don't we look at vertical farming? That is the thing now happening globally. You don't need to have a huge land base. You don't need to worry about irrigation. Everything can be done vertically. And in Malaysia, it's slowly now leading up. Now, we can move this vertical farming back into your part of the state. What happened is that output of the vertical farming will be much more great input too, and this can be actually exported anywhere in the region. So the yield is faster, and it could help the industry on the agriculture to come up. Not necessarily palm oil, I'm talking about vegetables and anything, whatever you want. This is a new thing happening globally. And I think nobody seems to be talking about it. Borneo has been talking, Brunei has been talking about smart agriculture. This is where we are talking about smart agriculture. So I would request, and you need assistance, we are willing to help you on that area, where we can do a collaboration to start vertical farming in other part of the world, in your area, where you could help the social economy. Yes, you'll be profitable, but at the same time, you could be able to empower social economy and agriculture for them to move forward faster. So you don't need major infrastructure. In a small infrastructure, you can actually empower the agriculture industry to move forward. Now, these are the two things we would like to advise. We would like to collaborate and explore empowering your region to move forward. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Luke. And I hope it's clear from Luke's side. And one last question from the floor before we end.
Can I head up to the
comment?
Shahril here?
Yes, please, Cheryl.
Okay,
May I get your from where, Cheryl?
I'm from Kuching, Sarawak, under the wings of Tuan Haji Osaha just now.
Professor Dr. Sahrain is my cluster.
All right.
Education cluster.
All right.
Okay.
Education cluster.
Professor is from Unimas, right?
Yeah, I was from Unimas recently, now retired and joining ICATS, another university, local university in Sarawak. So I would like to share on the training parts, especially on the TVET training, because I believe that all across this region, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, and also all the nearby countries, we are in the process of developing, especially our industries. And now we need a lot of TVET trainings. Now we are actually, in Sarawak here, we have a few very outstanding TVET training facilities. In the name of, one is ICAT, as I mentioned just now, International College of Advanced Technology, which is also a university college at the same time. And also another one is Centex. We have Centex Sarawak. And we are providing technical training even to the level of very basic kind of education. If you have that, you can go for that kind of training to upgrade the technical skills, and you can go into industries. I believe all these kind of skills are required by members of the council here, especially the countries, in their progress to develop themselves. So we, in a way, we are open up to collaborations with any of the institutions in your area there. You can send our students there so that we don't have to develop new program and reinvent the wheels that we have already been invented. As you know, the cost for training can be very expensive and the facilities are overwhelmingly expensive, especially the capital. So these are the things that we can provide, and you don't have to come up with. All you need is maybe just send your students, and maybe we can negotiate on the fees and everything. It can be cheaper to do it that way. And that's about it now. But other areas that I'm interested in is, of course, the culture as well as the social aspect. If you are keen on this kind of thing, just write to me. I left my email just now. All right, so that's it for me, Sharon.
Wow,
Yeah, interesting. Just to follow up on what who is that? Sharon mentioned. I think just now all the different country and different county and all cities has presented what you want to collaborate or investment or joint venture or whatever kind. Is very important in terms of branding. And this is branding that I think we're talking about just now, sorry, about the training thing. So this branding thing is very crucial. I mean, I'm very good in, I call it the blue sea and the red sea, yeah?
Oh.
The blue sea, if I can coin it as BOSS, yeah? Blue Ocean Shift Strategy, BOSS, very easy to remember. So whatever you try to present just now in your PPT and all that, what is that BOSS? What is your blue ocean? Because if you go and present your red ocean, there are too many competition. Yeah, everybody also wants it, whether it's Sarawak, Sabah, Philippines, Indonesia, and Brunei, and so on. It doesn't matter. So that's why I'm very successful in helping EU and ASEAN in promoting branding. So in that sense, of course, I can be connected with this, my dear brother mentioned about in Kuching. Yeah. So I'm actually doing the BOSS training in North Korea. So you must come up with a very, very special BOSS. Yeah. So in your PPT presentation, you have a lot of slides, a lot of wordings and all that. But what is that blue ocean? What is that blue ocean? So in that sense, perhaps just now, thank you very much for Sabah, Sarawak mention about your eminent project. If I can just ask for your permission, how about Brunei, Philippines, and Indonesia? Just mention one project to me. Whoever. If you're from Brunei, you're from Philippines, or from Indonesia. Just now, Sabah and Sarawak has mentioned.
Okay, while we wait for that, there's an eager participant called Mr. Edward Abdurrahman from Jakarta. I do apologize, Professor. We'll give a bit of breather for the rest to come up with their mention, but we are also really eager to hear from Edward Abdurrahman. Go ahead. He is
sure.
the
no problem. Yeah.
He is a very prominent. It seems. Let me read that. Go ahead, Mr. Edward Abdurrahman.
Thank you, Pak. Thank you, Pak Ken. This event is very important for us. I'm Edward Abdurrahman. I'm the Director of Planning and Programming at the Ministry of Public Works in Jakarta. One of my duty is how we can support the industrial area, agriculture area. So this forum is quite important to us, how we can to support to collaborate with the other member of this forum, because Indonesia is quite also interesting to collaborate. So this event for me, even though I'm not from the private company, but as the government officer, I have to support this activity such as infrastructure for water and etc. Thank you, Pak.
That's such a privilege for us, and be sure to leave your contact in the chat column so that we can collect all that and make it available to everybody. At the moment, our website is being designed. The best place to go as well is facebook.com/Borneo Forum. Facebook.com/Borneo Forum. We also have a channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Borneo Forum. Those are the two places. Our numbers there. You can message us from there. I will put an email here at the bottom as well. So Eve, over to you. Oh, Ken, let's revisit Professor Stanley's request for another, probably Indonesia and Brunei and Philippines, one industry that they would like to highlight.
Thank you.
This is Bob from Brunei.
Oh, wow. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Bob from Brunei. Thank you, Professor Stanley Cheng, for the opportunity to share his exposure to this. From Brunei side, we would like to plan a project under Digital Brunei for the digitization Brunei for the next 5 years. We focus on blockchain, decentralized technology. We are looking for funders. We are looking for financial assistance, but we have the plans already. We are writing the business plan. We're going to move on this, and that is we will present something to share with Professor Stanley Cheng in the near future. Thank you.
Interesting. Are you talking about ICT or IoT?
ICT, sir.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? Next. We heard from Brunei. We want to hear from, I think we heard from Philippines, did we? And then
not yet. Only
Okay,
Sarawak, Sabah, and now Brunei. Yeah. Actually, talking about Brunei, many years ago when I was with Chevron, I visited Brunei because Sultan of Brunei have this Airbus. So we, Chevron, of course, you supply the aviation. So we supplied with Airbus there in Brunei.
Thank you. Very good.
Permission to speak, Chair. Professor Stanley, I think Labuan is cover your question, right?
You mean Sarawak?
Labuan.
Philippines. Oh, I think it is Sarawak, is it?
No. Labuan is cover your question, right? Just now, our chairman is already mentioned, right?
Already, Jerry.
Yes,
About the
covered
bridge.
nicely.
Yeah, because just now I just heard Sabah and Sarawak to cover there. That's why I'm curious. Labuan already cover, right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay. If no one is willing to talk further, Eve, are you here?
Ken.
Oh, it looks like Eve has
Ken.
Yes.
If I can say my piece about my comment about the overall thing.
Sure.
Or you want me to do the last of it? Okay.
It looks like Eve has not. I think he's probably has a problem with connection. I think he's trying to get back. Okay.
Yeah.
Alan, you can go ahead and make a comment, and then Eve will make a comment, and I'll just wrap it up.
Yeah. Okay. Just briefly. I've listened attentively to all the presentation from Dr. Ruslan, and then Brunei, Labuan, and Carl in Sabah, Danica. Yeah. So Actually, the way I look at it is that I kind of agree with what Cipriano said. We are so close, yet we are so far. We still do not know each other well. I think there are some inherent problems that that prevent us from getting to know each other well. Like, for example, from Kudat to Palawan is not very far, but I don't think there is a sea link connection there. There is a no ferry service, I think. From Sandakan to Zamboanga, I think there is none. Even from Tawau to Kaltara, there is no, very difficult. And kalau ada pun, maybe just like a jalan-jalan tikus or, you know, is not properly established. So what I'm trying to say here is that Borneo is the third largest island in the world after Greenland and Papua New Guinea. And we have almost everything. That's why the Dutch, the British, the American, the French, Spanish, they come, even Japan, and now China is coming to us. You know why? Because they see our resources and potential, but they want to take for themselves. Now, we have this area for ourselves. At the moment, the Europeans are not around, but China is looking at the corner. But I think we got to take control of our place by working together. But first, before working together, I think Professor Stanley mentioned about asked us one very difficult question. What do you want? What's the number one project that you want? And we cannot answer. We find it very difficult to answer because we don't know what we want. Okay. I think it's important for all of us, all the provinces, to do a SWOT analysis of your province and communicate the SWOT analysis among ourselves, like this BIMP-EAGA, so that we can crystallize, we can select which one. So as what Professor Sharin said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you want to talk about education, instead of setting up a university in Labuan, might as well use his university in Kuching. Or if you want to talk about tourism, how can we get tourists to go to Zamboanga, Palawan, Manado, Kuching, Sabah, you know? But if we can like package this whole thing, work together, all these tourist operators, we have a common policy, probably we can do that. So we build on strength of each other. Yeah, if Palawan is very strong in certain things, we make use of them. Yeah, we support. Okay, and I think we need to have this policy of prosper thy neighbor. Prosper thy neighbor, and so that we can prosper ourselves together. If I help Palawan, if I help Brunei, oh, Brunei help me rather. So we can prosper, but at the same time, we building up this region. Yeah, I think Brunei, everybody knows Brunei is the richest, one of the richest state with a population of less than 1 million, 500,000 only. But I don't think Brunei has used its money to invest in the region? Why can't Brunei play a big role in providing some financial support, loan? Same case with Sarawak. I think Sarawak government has strong reserve, but they're just keeping the money to themselves. Palawan needs a lot of money. Zamboanga also need a lot of money. Sabah always caught in between, don't know where to go. Yeah. Okay, and that's why we need to work together. And one thing is that I'm concerned about. I'm a registered PhD student at University Malaya, Department of International Relations and Strategic Studies. And my research is on the Sabah claim by the Philippines. I worry about the geopolitics and security in the region. The governance, the corruption. If we security, corruption, the governance, if we don't mencegah, we don't stop this corruption, rampant corruption from happening, the practices, and if we don't stifle out any security concern, we won't be progressing forward. So I think it's important to have this. We have a free flow, but like I mentioned, I want to visit Zamboanga. I don't know how to go. I worry about my security. Nobody give me the assurance that I'll be safe if I go to Zamboanga. So if we can assure that all of us can move around freely, that would be good, isn't it? Yes, I think itu saja.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Ellen.
I think Ellen is, if I can just comment what Ellen said, I think Ellen has summarized it very well. And in terms of those projects you mentioned in those countries, whether it's Sabah, Sarawak, Brunei, Philippines, or Indonesia, I think Ellen summarized very well. So those projects you have so many. I think Palawan said you got project 16, is it? 16 projects. So whatever it is, I think Ellen is very well summarized in that sense. You do your SWOT, SWOT, but my model was not SWOT. My model is SWORD. So I changed that. SWORD had a special meaning. You need a SWOT, and that SWOT is still the same: the strength, the weakness, opportunity, risk, and development. So after you have done your SWOR, what is it you want to develop? And that's why I asked the question, what is that one major project? But many times you come up with the SWOR, but you don't have the D. What is that D that develop to use this SWOD OR, and then the development, so that whoever want to invest or want to help or collaborate or JV, then that development. So that one is very, very crucial. And I think that Ellen has summarized well in the sense that all these projects, there are so many. If I can summarize it, that is the 7 mountains. The 7 mountains is the A. The A is the arts, and then the B is the business, and C is the communication, and the D, I think, let me think of it, another word, E is the education, F is the family, G is the government and leadership. So I think it's so interesting that Alan mentioned about the geopolitics and all that. So of course, there's a lot of things we can't control, the government and the leadership, but there must be something that we can do in the governance and, all kind of so-called and so on. So the A to G, the 7 mountains, that all your projects, I can tell you that if you put under one of these, it will be either one or multiple of this A to G. Okay, so I think it is very well done, Ellen. And you spark off So you can remember my acronym BOSS, yeah, Blue Ocean Shift Strategy. Don't go and do all the red ocean. You compete on price. You got $1, you got $10. You go and fight all this. So blue ocean, what is your blue ocean? And then you use your SWORD, SWORD, to analyze this BOSS. And then these 7 mountains. So which are your, which portfolio that is under A or B or C or D or and off? Then, you know, with this, then we can do all the so-called 3C based on your company, the company, as well as competition, the 3C. Then I think you will succeed. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, and I think that we are good now. And Ken, for the final remark and for the announcement.
Wow, our record pass was 3 hours. This is more than 3 hours. Just to summarize, thank you, brilliant, wonderful session. This is what Borneo organization and Borneo Forum is for, to connect everybody one way or another. And from here, we take it on further. Send us all your contacts. There's an email there. It's easy. Borneo organization @gmail.com, organization with an S, Borneo organization @gmail.com. Send to us. Go to our facebook.com/Borneo Forum, and also I will be uploading after editing this video to Borneo youtube.com/Borneo Forum. Just to conclude, just to add on to what Alan said, we are dictated by history, by limitation. We are also dictated by geopolitics. We are always limited by the geopolitics and history that separates us between Kalimantan, Sarawak, and Sabah and Brunei. And we also have this tension between Sabah and also in Philippines. All these are, I'm very passionate about the study of conflicts. That's my area of study. And my research is on how to prevent conflicts. And one of the vehicle is enterprise, because everybody, even in a different camp, when we talk about doing business and making money, we are good. So the use of business and enterprise to prevent conflicts and misunderstanding is our mission in Borneo organization. Thank you very much. Thank you very much again. We will see you in our next one. Our next one will be in August. And we have a brilliant presenter in the name of Mr. Simon Christopher, who is the creator of Blue Ocean Sabah, very much on the sustainable development and environmental protection. He is a very prominent, work with big names such as David Attenborough, produced a lot of documentary. He's British but living in Sabah, and he said he fell in love with Borneo, but he will be presenting in August. So you're welcome to join us. It is the last Saturday of the month. Otherwise, other than that, Eve, we are good. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good weekend and the rest of the weekend. And thank you again. Thank you. Everybody can unmute yourself and then say something. Yeah.
Thank you, Ken. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
say
everybody.
something if you want.
Thank you very much. It's really a pleasure.
Thank you.
You're welcome to unmute yourself and then say
yes.
Just say Borneo or
thank you, Secretariat.
Thank you very much.
EAGA,
Thank you again.
EAGA, Borneo EAGA. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Why do you take a picture? The group. Why do you take a group picture with everybody's hands up?
The 4 countries in this region, and this is what we want. This is what the networking that what we want, and the forum, all the content presentation from every speaker, very meaningful, very refreshing, new content for all of us. I think like most of us don't even never heard of all the contents. And we have achieved our objective here to group all of you. And we hope that this networking will continue to our next forum. Till then, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stay safe.
It's actually very interesting that it's called Borneo Organization. If I remember the history correctly, Sabah Sarawak belongs to Borneo. And then later on, somehow they let go of Sabah Sarawak. And then the 3S joined into Malaysia, Singapore, the 3S, Singapore, Sabah, Sarawak. And then, of course, Singapore broke away in 1965. And Brunei is very clever and tagged on to Singapore. So their currency is still 1-to-1. Malaysia now is 1:3.
Thank you. Yeah. Wonderful, Professor. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.
Have a good day.
Professor.
Thank you. See you.
See you. Thank you. Wonderful.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.